Hi guys, it's Karen. Oh wow, look. Woo, looks like I have a good old halo above me, and that is far from the truth. But anyway, just sitting in my house and figured I'd do this quick video. So I have a lot of people asking about the jams and how long they stay on. And we always say, oh, about 2 weeks, maybe longer on toes, or not even maybe, they just really stay longer on toes. But anyway, I'll have customers who say, well, I had them on a day or two and they just lift it right off. Customer says, I had them like a week, week and a half, and they lift it off. So I just want to say, first of all, it's really hard to say what happened to the ones that stayed on for 2 days because you really have to follow the application process. You have to make sure you're doing everything. And everybody says they are, but let's be honest, even when I first started out, I would all of a sudden put them on, and a couple days later, there'd be a little bit of lifting, and I would realize, okay, I have to be honest, I didn't put on the rubbing alcohol before, or I know I didn't quite push them down, or I just don't even know. I mean, I may not have sized them right. There is a slight learning curve. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. Usually by the fourth, fifth nail, you kind of are going, oh, I get this now. Then after doing a couple applications, you're like, this is so easy. I can't believe I didn't want to do it or I waited so long. So I am just going to say I have these jams on. I put them on, I want to say 3 or 4 days ago. And when I put them on, I noticed right away, this one here, and let me see if I can show you, I had messed up on the application. It was sort of bubbled up. I didn't have time to worry about pushing it back down. And I knew within a couple of days it was going to kind of give some leeway. However, I also have been working on our house, and I did gardening this weekend. I helped with some sheetrocking, if you can imagine, and all kinds of things these poor jams went through. So with that said, even though I have a little bit of coming up, let's see, is it this one? No. On this one right here, you can see it's starting to give a little bit. And this one that I already knew on this side was going to have a little bit of issues. They're on. They're on. I have never had polish stay on when I've done this kind of work. I've always had one or two fall off, and then it's kind of like a, and then I repolish it. So guess what with your jams? Sometimes it's the same thing. Something didn't go quite right. You may have not applied them completely correctly, or just maybe you were working so hard that one or two sort of semi-popped off. Now, the good news is a lot of times with jams, you can just get your heating source and heat it up, push it back down, and you're good to go. Or just like with your polishes and lacquers, before you even start, you can always put a top coat over it. And I did that this weekend 2 different times. To be honest with you, at least 60 to 80% of the top coat fell off after doing all the work I did, and the jams were still basically fine. I mean, let's look. That is really amazing for all the work I did. I was working on the backyard, like I said. We were doing sheetrocking. And, you know, people say that and you go, yeah, right, sure. You didn't really do those things. But honestly, I did. I'm going to show you. This is a mess because we are working on the bathroom. But, yes, there it is. There is some sheetrock up. It is just barely starting, but we're getting there. And I helped my husband with that. On the other hand, how about this gardening you're talking about, Karen? I'm not kidding. I did a bunch of it. Our place is a mess. We bought a place, a fixer-upper. We are trying to fix it up. And the jams are going along for the ride. So again, I only made this video in order for you to know, yes, it is true. Some of your jams might lift. Some of your jams might start to sort of come off. You have options. You can use your heat source. You can file if it starts to get rough on the edges. But seriously, can you do all that work with your polish? and still have them on? I don't think so, because I've never had that happen. So anyway, enjoy your jams. Give me a call or a message if you want some. KarenSauer.JamboreeNails.net.